is back. Todd, Dr. Young, I was thinking earlier, we're going into our fifth football season, and how fast just time has flown by. And Dr. Young, I wanted to thank you. You were the first person to take a chance on us. Game day wouldn't be a thing without Texarkana Emergency Center. Dr. Young taking a gamble on us when you really had no reason to. But you saw something I didn't, I guess.
Well, it's been an honor and a privilege, and just to watch it grow, but also to be able to have coaches on here, to be able to also discuss our student athletes and what we're doing with the independent school districts, and just to be able to highlight what we have here in the four states area means a ton.
And I was going to piggyback on that. It's not just what he's done for Texarkana Game Day. It's what he's done for Texarkana and every school district, importantly ours right now. But man, what a man, kudos to you and your team and everything that y'all have done for us and for Texarkana.
Well, thank you. And again, it takes a team, great administrative team. Mr. Todd Marshall's wife is obviously our director of marketing. So without her, we wouldn't be able to do this. And then, of course, the other administrative team that's always there, and then our physicians supporting the school districts as well.
And I'll say this, of course, Dr. Young is a 2022 distinguished alumni from Texas High School. He's a 1987 graduate.
86.
86. I'm trying to give you a little credit.
I should have said 87. Yeah.
But you should have said yes. But anyway, thank you, and we appreciate you. And Morgan, I will say that Texarkana Game Day has been such a great experience for I think all the kids in this area. I remember when this set first got rolled out, and everybody was excited, and I think that excitement's still there. And it's been fun to witness it firsthand, to see what Texarkana Game Day, what it started as, and how it's grown, and the following it's gotten in this area. It's pretty cool, and thank you for taking the chance to do it, and we're thankful to be a part of it.
Man, I've loved every second of it. I'm going to continue to love every second of it. And guys like Coach Stanford sitting beside me, they make it fun. The access we've been given is really what kind of sets us apart, I think, when I look at some of the Dallas markets and what some of those guys do. I think there's a lot of trust there, and we're able to get access that, most companies can't just walk in and get, and I think, that trust has been built over the years. And the main thing is just love doing it. And, Coach, you'll have us around for another 10 years. We'll be here.
Sounds good to me.
Well, Coach, Frisco Lone Star in the house tonight. Texas High School football kicks off tonight at Grimm Stadium. And tell us about the build-up to this.
Yeah, we really like playing on the Thursday of the first week of the year. It kind of kicks off Texas football across the state the first Thursday, and then our kids get a little bit of break after this first one before we hit kind of a 5-week stretch here. And so we really like playing Thursday night, and it kind of just sets the tone for the rest of the year. And you bring in a team like Frisco Lone Star, you're talking just perennially, year in and year out, in the top 10, pushing for a state championship. And those are the kind of teams we want to play early. They prepare us for our district. They prepare us for playoffs. They show us a lot of things we're going to have to improve on, and also things that we're good at. I mean, we find the pluses and the minuses in a game like this tonight. That's really going to challenge us.
Coach, I've seen been at a lot of practices and seen a lot of energy in this team this year. Is it the way they feel that they're prepared, or do you see a camaraderie in this team that's different than some of your others?
I think preparation breeds confidence, no doubt. I think success breeds confidence. I think all those things pour into one. What you're looking at here is a really young team, but the success of this young team from 7th grade, 8th grade, 9th grade, 10th grade, and you look at our juniors, so you take this sophomore and junior class particularly, and you combine it with this freshman class, which we've got 2 of them on the varsity right now. And in those 3 grades, no more than 1 game per season has been lost over the course of time. Now, do they know what it's like on a Friday night yet? No, not yet. And so that's where that energy, that excitement, but also that level of confidence of, hey, we can get this done at the same time. And so you have to kind of cattle that around through different guards and different gates to maneuver it to get them in a position to be able to withstand the ups and downs of a Friday night, the ups and downs of 5A big-time football against teams like this. And you've got to be able to handle the pluses and the minuses of it all.
And you start at last year at one of the biggest pro stadiums in the country, and now you come in to start the season this year in one of the best high school atmospheres in the country.
No, absolutely. We love playing at home, and this is one of our first 5 games at home that we get this year, and so being at home gives these young guys some comfortability. This team loves playing in front of its community. We love being here, and then the goal is to get back to Texas Stadium or AT&T one more time.
Coach, we were talking earlier before we started about bringing in a top-ranked team like this, and kind of give us what the scouting report is on them and what's got you concerned, and then what you think maybe their strengths and weaknesses are.
The biggest thing that gets us concerned early on in the year just is where's our conditioning, what's our depth like. They're a much larger school than us, and so the depth is going to kind of play into their favor right there. So the first quarter is critical, where we've got to withstand the first barrage. They play a very high-tempo offense. They've got about 8 guys on their defensive line that they're going to roll in to stay fresh, and their skill guys are young too. But they've got enough of them where they can roll them in, and we've got to stay fresh that first quarter to be able to get to the fourth quarter to still have some energy and some focus about us. I think the key to this is that their O-line versus our D-line. Their D-line is traditionally just very strong, long, big kids that are physical. And we've got to do a good job up front with these first-year guys starting. And so we had a great scrimmage last week. Longview showed us a lot of really things we need to work on. And also we found some things that we feel like we're pretty comfortable with. And so that was a big confidence builder last week coming into this game against Lone Star that we think is going to be a great test for us, and we're happy to be here.
Coach, young at the offensive line this year, but elite at skilled positions. How do you – what's the game plan for tonight with that? I mean, I think it's kind of known you're gonna figure a lot out tonight, but early, how do you plan on moving the ball around?
We've got to stay healthy. Let's start there first throughout this game. Depth is a concern overall with the heat and everything else that's going on. We've got to stay healthy, but we've got to get the ball in our playmakers' hands. However that is, moving that ball around, creating different matchups and alignments to get them with different personnel groupings to make sure our guys that can do things with the ball can take pressure off of that offensive line and create the good things to happen.
Dr. Young, quick question. A lot of these games, not only tonight but this week, are being moved back to a later start time. How would you recommend to keep players hydrated, not only throughout these games but just in general this time of year?
Oh yeah, that's going to be problematic the first part of this season, and moving the time back is helpful. Maybe the sun will go down a little bit, not direct sunlight, but just making sure that they're hydrating, especially when you're talking about sweating and being in uniform and then being on turf like this is going to add 10 to 15 degrees.
Fans as well.
Absolutely.
Maybe more so.
Coaches as well.
Coaches as well.
And then, the student athletes in the band, the cheerleaders, the color guard, we got to make sure that they all take care of themselves.
Well, and for the people that are watching this, it is warm right now. We got a slight breeze, but I will tell you that it's supposed to cool off by game time. So come on out, everybody, and watch the game live.
Only game going on in our area that I know of.
Yeah.
Come out and support the Tigers. Coach, what do you like to say to the fans?
Man, just thanks for coming out. Thanks for all that you do for our community. Texarkana Emergency Center and what they've done, not just for us, but our entire community. They truly do embrace everybody, every school, and everyone. We couldn't do it without them. But our community as a whole, man, just cheer your teams on, cheer all the teams on. We truly hope that every team has a tremendous year this year. We want to see all teams successful. We've got a ton of really good football in Texarkana this year. You just look at all the schools around Texarkana and the excitement around them. We hope they win every game every Friday night. That's what we want to see brought to our community, is just a level of excitement around it in this pocket of the corner that people just don't know about, and they need to know more about it. And so we're excited for Texarkana, the community. We're excited for the Tigers this year in this group, and we're excited for the season.
Awesome, Coach. We appreciate your time. We're going to let you get back to it. Let's take a quick 30-second break. We'll be right back.
Thank you, Coach. Good luck.
Appreciate it, brother. Hey, where's the super?
Life is busy, and we get it. The State Bank mobile app was designed to make banking more convenient for you. Check account activity, make transfers, pay bills, and manage your debit card in a snap. You can deposit checks from the convenience of your home or wherever life lands you. The State Bank app lets you organize your accounts, manage alerts, and easily email our customer service experts. Now that you have State Bank at your fingertips, you can spend more time doing what's important to you.
Your family, your bank, State Bank.
And we're back. Texarkana Game Day live at Tiger Stadium at Grimm Park. We want to welcome our superintendent from Texarkana ISD, Dr. Doug Brubaker, to the panel.
Oh, thank you.
excited to hear about a lot of things going on in the district. I don't want to say too much because I get very excited when we start talking about a lot of the different projects that are happening across TISD right now. But I'll kind of defer to Dr. Brubaker and just kind of share some of the things that are going on. We had a very exciting fall of 2022 too that propelled us into the spring of 23, and here we are in the fall of 2023 with lots of things happening across the district.
Yeah, it is an exciting time right now. We had a record number of people at Watermelon Supper and had a great pep rally today, which just serves to show just how much support we've got in the community. It's such a great place to live and work and grow. We're just really grateful for that as we start the school year.
So y'all got a lot of building projects in the works, right?
Yes, sir, we do.
Talk a little about that. I'm excited about that.
Well, we are too. It seems like it was just yesterday that we were sitting here talking about an upcoming bond election. So, yeah, we're really excited about that. We've got lots of big renovations going on at Wake Village. You may have seen in the paper this last Saturday that Dunbar Early Education Center is going to be rebuilt with twice the capacity. We're going to be able to serve 3- and 4-year-olds in greater numbers than ever. Pine Street. You drive past, go down Texas Boulevard, you can see it's a different place than it was about a year ago, right? Mm-hmm. So we're really thrilled with all those projects. And then a new CTE will go in on Kennedy Lane next to the high school. And all that's possible because of the great support that our community has for its schools, and we're just so grateful for that.
You know, our partner with TISD, Tiger Vision, they stream all our games for us, completely student-ran, been a great partnership for Texarkana Game Day. They're going to get a new studio.
They are. It's one of the really exciting things about the new Career and Technology Center, the fact that they're going to have even more modern equipment and a state-of-the-art facility where we can highlight that program to an even greater degree than we do now. Yeah. It's exciting stuff.
What's really cool is at Texas High is you walk in that building right now, and it's already modern. It's already up to date as far as a lot of that stuff that they're using as far as I'm concerned, but they just keep staying on the forefront of education, and we really, the bond helps us with things like that, but we appreciate all that you're doing in order to keep the train rolling.
Well, it's just a great team, and to your point, our tagline in the district is innovate, lead, and excel, and I think these new projects that have been such a great team effort reflect that spirit of innovation and leadership.
Also read something recently about some dual credits and the possibility of getting a degree.
Right. So 18 out of the 20 kids who earned associate's degrees last year from TC were Texas High students. So we have introduced a new program this year that's going to allow students to work on education and training credentials while they're still high school students, get an associate's degree, finish their degree at A&M, and then come back and work for us beyond that. That's terrific.
What's really cool is it's saving my household money because my son will graduate in 3 years and a bunch of his buddies as well, and so it's saving them a year of college with getting a bunch of schooling at Texas High for college.
It's terrific. We're having conversations with my 11-year-old about that already, right?
Well, and it's partnership with the community too, with the other colleges here in town.
Absolutely.
I'll brag on just the relationships that we've established with different entities in the community, the businesses, the local universities and community college. That they have been so critical and crucial, and as we designed and planned out some of these facilities, I'll specifically speak to the Career and Tech at Texas High. Our kids have been meeting with different individuals who work in the community, and they've been coming up having conversations about what do they need in the workforce. So we're working to train or to create a new workforce or a future workforce in the Texarkana community with some of these facilities we're building, because when they graduate from us, whether they want to go to college or go straight to their career, we want them to be able to do that and be very successful at doing it. So that's been very special. And to see our kids really step up and to see our community just embrace this and be willing to come in and share, this is what we need, this is what we are really in this area, then it's been really cool to see.
And if you don't know what's going on at TISD, all you got to do is pick up your phone and get online, because we've got a great dude that runs that section. I'll say it's bigger than that, but we appreciate you for all that you do in getting the word out for TISD and keeping us on the forefront.
I think that's exactly right. I mean, we appreciate both of y'all's leadership, and with that, there's also a great team behind you with your school board members that donate their time. and then just as well as your administrators, your teachers, so much what y'all are doing for this community is it's helping out not only the students but everybody around it.
You know, I saw it just happened to be on Facebook. Is it Ben DePriest? Yeah. I saw one of his parents put on Facebook, graduating college
2.5 years.
Or, yeah,
2.5 years.
So
Yep.
I think about the savings for not only him but his family on that kind of deal.
Absolutely.
That's better than going 6.5 years.
That's, not on that professional student plan I was on.
And I don't know if he's made a B. He's not like me. You know?
So, well, that's again, and you mentioned the associate degrees, and that's just with associates. I can't tell you. We have a number of students who are graduating, going to college, who are classified as sophomores and even almost juniors because of the dual credit that's offered at Texas high school. So that is very. I mean, I have young kids that are kindergartners in the district, so it's a little ways off, but it is exciting to see.
Yeah.
Well, I just share too that when you have the opportunity to take college classes in high school, you know you can do it.
Yeah.
And we also have that scaffolding around the kids. We have terrific teachers, and so it's not only about getting the credit done, it's also leaving high school with that confidence, knowing I can achieve my goals and fulfill my dreams. It's pretty neat. Wish it was available when I was in high school.
Yeah, no joke.
Yeah.
You're creating a future for them for success.
So, and another thing I'll mention, we're talking about colleges. I will say that with some of the new fencing projects we have going around Texas High and Texas Middle School, as part of the bond with just securing the campus and other areas, it does have more of a collegiate look across there. A lot of the students have been really pleased with it, and they've shared a lot of good information about how they really like that look and how it really feels like a small university and has the collegiate look and looks nicer than some colleges.
A lot of these colleges these kids are going to go to are not going to be as nice as TISD's facilities. And, they're getting real-world experience. I mean, you look at, like, Clint Smith's program. I mean, he'll have 20 kids out here tonight with cameras. I mean, they have their own, if I remember right, newspaper or magazine, one of the two. They're like all these kids that he had win awards last year. You look at Charles Aldridge's program with Tiger Vision. They're getting real-world experience. The guy that's running game day right now came from from Charles' program with Tiger Vision.
Zach Doty.
So Zachary Doty, he's been great for us. His first year out of high school, he started working with us, and as we grow, he's going to grow with us. And we're kind of looking to this program because it's a standard for our area for audio video.
And I think it's important you're talking about the fencing that's going around, and it's important for everybody to know the kind of security that you want for your campuses and your students. So when a parent sends them off to school, they know that they're taken care of, and your officers do such a great job, and we so much appreciate them and being part of the safety program.
Yeah. That's all I got, Morgan.
All right. Well, first part of the year, don't want to put you on the spot, but what's coming next?
Well, we're these things that we've been talking about, all these new buildings, these projects are all going to be wrapping up in toward the fall of 2025. And so as soon as the bond passed in November, I think it was maybe 2 hours afterwards, people started asking, when are you turning dirt?
Yeah.
So we're going to start to see out on those campuses construction. And so that I think would be the one-word answer I'd give you about what we're going to see next is some actual construction out there.
Well, you see the dirt being turned right now up at
Yes,
the
sir.
old Pine Street. Yeah.
Well, we appreciate your time. Let's do this. Let's take a quick 30-second break, and we'll be right back with Greg Gold, U Concepts.
We are excited to announce here at Texarkana Emergency Center and Hospital that we have expanded our capabilities to better serve our community. As a hospital, we have the capability for inpatient services. After your outstanding emergency care, we can smoothly transition you into one of our new inpatient rooms that have telemetry monitors in every room to continue your concierge medicine care. While our patients continue receiving their care in their inpatient suites, we also make sure that your loved ones are taken care of with our outstanding facilities. Our added services include a procedure room and also the capability of MRIs. With our imaging, we are able to offer outpatient, inpatient, and emergency room, MRI, CT, ultrasound, and X-ray. We are honored by your support and look forward to serving all your future medical needs.
Here at Local Habit Coffee Company, we are true coffee connoisseurs and the area's only third wave coffee shop. We are excited as football and fall rolls around to introduce this year's fall drink lineup. We have an all-organic homemade pumpkin spice latte, a delicious s'mores latte, and finally, a smoked maple bourbon cortado that can only be described as fall in a cup. No matter what your preference, you can get your dose of fall right here at Local Habit. We cannot wait to see you in one of our shops, and remember to go make something good happen. Here
And we are back and got another special guest on. We're going into year 5 of game day, and year 1, we made our first game day helmet. I remember I called you like first part of the season, and I was trying to think today, like, man, where did I meet? This is Greg Gold, owns AU Concepts. Texas high school football,
Drip Master,
on a national level, is recognized really because of the helmets that come out of here. I mean, the one that comes to mind, like we have Texas High, Duncanville. I feel like, I don't know, I know they didn't put you on the map because it came on late, but that's the one when I see national photos and they mention Texas high school football. It's the Duncanville helmet I see.
Right. Which one?
The whatever that new uniform they had, the one you did last year.
Right. So yeah, we did kind of the Buffalo Bills look.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were like, hey, we're really trying to mimic, the Buffalo Bills. How can you do this? Configure this with a Panther? And I was like, well, that's a first. And so being able to put that together, and it was funny because you had a lot of people with backlash with why are we trying to look like Buffalo? That's exactly what the look we were trying to go for. But the people that got it respected it, and at the end of the day, if you can't do it, you criticize it.
Yeah, no joke. But you made the game day helmets. I always have alternative helmets made. This is one of the Texas High alternative helmets that AU made for us at game day. Maybe one day they'll come around and get one. I think it looks great.
Yep, for sure. Yeah, they look way better on the set than they do at the shop. That's for sure.
But man, I guess the biggest question, I've had some people message me today, kind of excited to see you on. I think you're going to pick up a couple more schools in our area.
All right.
How did you get started in this? This sounds like such a niche market. Like, how did you you know what, I'm going to do that?
Oh, man, where do I begin? I'll give you the Cliff Notes because we'll be here through halftime if I tell you the whole story. Plus, my wife's not here to shut me up because she's like, babe, you got to wrap it up. You're talking too much. So, long story short, my son was getting ready to play tackle football, wanted to look like Oklahoma State. Couldn't find anything, and so I kind of started playing with some stuff and put some stuff together, reached out to a company that could produce and print decals, and so put them on the helmet. All the youth teams were like, hey, who did these? And I was like, I did.
That's how I saw you.
Yeah.
That's right. Now I'm remembering.
And that's when we had the Jordan uniforms. We were all decked out. Yeah. And so I put together like 5 other little youth football teams just for free, just for fun. And one of my buddies was like, man, you should really do this. And I was like, yeah, okay, sure, whatever. And about that same time, I was looking for kind of a side gig to get into our new home and down payment and get out of some debt. And about that time, my brother became the head coach at White House, or he was on the cusp of becoming the head coach of White House. And he said, hey, I saw, did you do Tatum's helmets? And I was like, yes. He's like, well, can you put something together for me? And I'm like, no problem, let's do it. So I did that for him. About the same time, I did helmets for Rickland when he was over at formerly John Tyler, now Tyler High, and put them both on social media, and the rest is history. And
That's
so
nuts. Your growth has been crazy.
It has, and sometimes I don't know if I'm coming or going, but but nonetheless, it's a good problem. It's a blessing, and man, these coaches have been amazing. The majority of the ones that I work with, some a little too picky, but that's okay. But nonetheless, it's been an amazing journey, an amazing ride. And we just keep pushing every year, and every year I'm always, everybody's like, how's it going this year? And I'm like, it's another crazy year. And so we just keep it moving, and it's just like I said, it's been a blessing and a very fun ride.
Well, the cool part about it is it's what the kids like.
Yes.
That keeps them. They're the ones out there in the hot sun, in the summer. Really, it's a year-round sport now.
Right.
And just to pay them off with some cool, drip swag, whatever you want to call it, stuff like this. I mean, that's what it's all about. It's kind of rewarding them and having them playing hard.
Absolutely.
If you look and of course, it always looks better when you're winning, right?
Well, of course,
so partnering with a team that is doing good is good. But
because at the end of the day, you can only shine up a turd so much.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's exactly, you said it.
Well, when you go into Morgan's shop, you see all your helmets.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. There better not be any other helmets.
Right. No, you should have came up there today.
Yeah.
We have an entire wall of them.
Right.
I remember years ago when we were talking about helmets and Morgan had a helmet. I said, man, I need this helmet. He goes, no. if you need to order a helmet, I got a guy you need to call.
Yeah.
He knows how to do it. He'll do it right. It's
Yeah.
what you need to do. So
Good.
But yeah, Billy, to your point, I think that is what is really cool about this entire concept. And it's pretty cool that it's a passion of yours. Obviously, I mean,
Sure.
I see it on social. I've followed you since you started too. And but just really to see the kids, because they get so excited about this, and it really is a big deal. And you see it now at the college and even professional level when something drops out and everyone's kind of fired up. And
it's not just a picture of it; it's spinning on something or a little video or something
What
like
was
that.
really funny is when I started this whole gig, I would literally beg coaches, please send me a picture of your helmet, like just something so I could put it, on social media. Can you, I'm begging them. And now, like, everybody's asking me for a spin,
Right.
And so I would beg, and so then they would finally get me something, and there would be like a double gulp in the background, or like their shoe, or like like a laundry bag that they were getting ready to take out. And so finally, I was like, okay, I got to figure something out to kind of really. And pictures, it doesn't really hit every angle, right? Because you see a picture, you scroll. And so I have a really awesome business mentor that said, hey, if you could figure out how to do a video, everybody stops and watches a video. If you could figure out how to do a video, do a video. I'm like, okay. And so one day I was up late one night scrolling through Instagram, and I saw a watch, and I'm really into watches, and I saw this watch, and it was on it was on a display, and I was like, wait a minute. I was like, if I could make a helmet get on a display. So immediately, I'm at a trade show. This is when I was working for another company at the time, totally, completely different, industry. This is when I had my different 9 to 5, right? I went on Amazon, and I was at a trade show out of town, and I was like, okay, cool, spinning displays. Found one for like $29, the best $29 I've ever spent, and it showed up at the house. I came home. I was I was gone for a week. Came home. My wife was like, "Hey, babe, how's it going?" I was like, "Cool. Where's the display?" Literally, I'm on the floor. I've moved chairs, the living room, the dining room out of the way. I put in a helmet. I'm like, "Yes, that's it." And I'm like, "Okay, cool. I got to get lighting." So then, it became more of an effect. And it's funny. So many coaches think that that's like an AI thing or like a digital deal. And I'm like, no, I actually put a helmet together, because that's, to me, is what encompasses what you're going to have on the field. I mean, we kind of live in a world where things aren't really real.
Yeah.
And so for me, it was important that you don't create a digital, anybody can do that. Yeah. Whereas this is what it's actually going to look like when you step out on Friday Night Lights.
Well, and no offense to Todd and Dr. Young and Morgan, but I got to get some glasses like yours.
Oh, you like them?
Yeah.
I don't know if you look as cool in those.
I don't know.
Well, I won't tell you what the brand is because they're not paying me yet. But
I got you. Yeah.
Even like from the business standpoint, to dress the part, to play the part, and make the part. So when these athletes see these helmets, they know that they're cared about, and then they've got the artistic part on it.
Sure.
And I tell you, it does bring them up to say, look, they care enough about me to give me this helmet, this outfit, that really means they want me to do my best.
Right, absolutely. And Morgan and I have talked about this before, where we live in a time where it's very important the way players feel and look. They want to look marketable. Now, good, bad, or indifferent, you have the NIL, right? And so players feel like they need to look and be marketed a certain way. When they get to the NFL or when they get to the college level, they want to be marketed and look a certain way. And prior to all of that, when I would go through and figure out designs, I would think, okay, if I was a high school kid, keep in mind, I didn't have any stickers or helmet decals on my helmet in high school. We had a front bumper decal in the back, and we were like just straight gold. Our coach didn't believe in that. He was old school. We were like Notre Dame, but wasn't near as lustery as Notre Dame. But I would envision myself literally late at night when I was designing stuff, when my phone would stop ringing, and I would envision myself, okay, if this was on my head, would it feel good? Would I feel, for lack of a better term, a badass when I step onto the field, or do I want to be like, well, okay, this is kind of cool, thanks, coach.
Right.
So, I am a passionate guy. I'm an emotional guy, and when I am able to kind of put that artistic spin on top of it, that's what comes out of me, is when I'm able to do what I'm able to do.
Well, and it just goes along with exactly what game day does, because Morgan may take this exactly how he should take it, but he has given this 4 states area exposure all across the country for these student athletes, and it's not just football. But when you put on one of these helmets, you have that, and you have his film, and it's going out to these college coaches to see these students. And again, we're specifically talking about football, but he does all the other sports and makes sure we cover all the teams in the 4 states area.
And he's also a good rep for you. I mean, he taught you as much as he does everybody else.
Yeah, dude. If somebody's talking about getting a helmet, I'm like, dude, I don't know what you're doing, but why are you not using?
Yeah, I kind of feel like I owe you some royalties here.
Yeah, well, I mean,
well, he ain't gonna turn them down. I can tell you that.
But we talked about video earlier, and I don't know why I don't have this video preloaded. Billy took that video in the locker room. It's to date. We're over about 20 million views
Still
of
one
Texas
of my
High.
favorite.
Was it the black helmet?
Yeah, black helmet.
Yeah, Texas High walking in the locker room, seeing the helmets for the first time. It's just such a great. I mean, ESPN took it, 247 took it, On3 took it. It's a great video. I don't know how I didn't have this thing loaded. I'm losing today.
You can't put a dollar figure to a kid's smile. And those kids walking in that locker room, and that's why people like that video, is because the joy on their face for A, getting something new for the playoffs or whatever, but B, it just pops,
Right.
And
all kidding aside, I watched that movie, and I'm going to try not to do it now, but when I watched that video, I watched it with my wife, and we both got kind of emotional because it was I was at a point in my life where I'd gone through kind of the corporate reigns, and I just, you get hired, you get fired, you get hired, you get fired. I personally don't think that I had the college career that I could potentially have had. It is what it is, and so it was kind of like in that moment where I'm like, this is why I do what I do. I'm accepted in this world, and this is not only am I accepted, but I'm changing the game.
Absolutely.
And I never wanted to be a part of something where I'm just a cloud and floating in life. I mean, you started this thing. Nobody else is doing this like you're doing it in high school, and it's an amazing to watch. And so when you do something, you put your heart on it, and then you see the kind of joy it brings, and you see the love and the passion, mostly out of kids because they're so amazing. It hits you in a whole different, penetrates your heart in a whole different way.
Yeah.
And so, that was seriously to date one of my all-time favorite videos of watching a reveal.
I always joke. Anytime I need 1 million views, I throw that video up.
I'm going to say, I think it's about time to share
Feeling
that
bad,
again.
play that video.
It's a great time. He's here with us tonight. I think it's a great time just to have a throwback. It is a Thursday, I guess.
Right.
Let's do it. Yeah.
there you go. There you go.
But when you say something like that, you and Morgan are making a difference, and that's that's what it means. You're affecting young men, young women's life, in that will last forever. And you see that again, that pure joy. You know you're doing something that makes a lasting impression.
100%. And with the youth of today and what's going on in the world, I think it's more important now than ever to all of us collectively, no matter what we're doing, what we're a part of, to have some type of positive impact on these kids. Because it's kind of dark, and when you're able to shine some light on the things that are positive versus the things that are always negative that you see in the media, it puts a whole other tailspin on their future and their life, and just they're young, so they're hopeful, and so these kids are looking for things that are bright, and so when you put that in front of their face and you're able to shed that, it at least helps me sleep at night knowing I'm doing my small part.
So I've got to ask. So do you think high school is the limit, or do you see yourself moving up to maybe the college level? I don't know if you go like Division II and up, or how does that work? Do you?
So we're in probably over at least 40% of like the small Texas schools, colleges in Texas. We just dropped SFA the other day. So we're moving up in the ranks in the college world. I've done some stuff for Oklahoma State, my alma mater, which ironically,
hey, this kind of,
I'm going to say that orange kind of reminds me of the old Cowboys.
Right. So
don't let him take credit for my design. he just ordered it. You know what I mean?
Yep. It was. Where was I going with that? I don't even remember. But at any rate, we're in the college world. NFL, I would love to, get to that level, because that's a whole nother merit, right? So. If I can get to that NFL level, I think I can kind of rest my hat. I still have the gas down, because then I want every team in the NFL.
That's right.
So I'll never be satisfied until I get every team.
Well, I'm gonna give you my information. So if you ever drop a Cowboys helmet and you need like a spec or whatever,
he already has one.
I need it. So I'll
do
put
you
it in
still
my
have
office.
that one? Oh yeah. He's got a nice one.
I've got like 5 or 6 different Dallas Cowboy helmets.
I may need that one from my office. I may figure out how to get that.
Well,
one.
my wife may make me kick one off the wall, and so if that happens, I'll let you know.
You can send it to Morgan, and I'll just steal it off his wall.
Done deal.
All right. So before we pop you off here, I interviewed you about this time last year.
Okay.
And the last thing we talked about was like, man, what's next for Greg Gold? And I think you achieved everything we've talked about for last year. What's next?
You know, we've got a lot of things in the loop. You know, we've started tiptoeing in the baby pool with uniforms, and I told myself, and I even told you, I said I'm not going to do it, and here I am, I'm doing it.
I remember that now you say it, yeah.
And here I'm doing it, and so we've got some uniform releases that we haven't released yet that everybody's going to see this season for some teams that we've done in California, some Oklahoma teams that look really good. And so that's something that we're working on. We have a few other things in the works. Can't let all my competitors know my secrets, but we're engaging. And at the end of the day, we're not losing quality. We're adding to our team. You know, other than just the helmet world and growing and evolving that, we're actually evolving our company. And it's become some of the people that I've hired. I hear the stories, the horror stories of where they used to work and how they felt like a number. They didn't feel important. They didn't feel like they were needed. They were just a number. It's now kind of shifted gears and like, okay, now I've got to create an actual AU family within the realm of designing helmets and changing the game in that world. So it's spidering in a lot of different good areas, and man, it's like I said, it's been a blessing, and I'm loving it every day.
We got Coach Stanford close and Dr. Brubaker, superintendent. I mean, we can get a uni deal done pronto. I mean, we can get this thing signed off.
Let's do it.
I mean, we like unis around here.
Yes, they do.
And you know what? You don't have to twist my arm when it comes to orange and black.
There you go. Fair enough. Fair enough.
I'm going to have to talk to our director of finance and see about getting us some at Texarkana Emergency Center and Hospital.
Hey, you'd look good.
Well, let's do a dual deal on some jerseys.
Done.
But, hey, brother, we appreciate you making the trip and being on. You'll also hear Greg. He'll be in the booth later on, being interviewed.
Sounds good. I appreciate you guys having me.
Thank you, brother. Let's take a quick 30-second break. We'll be right back.
You've spent years working hard to create your financial security. Reward yourself with a checking account designed specifically for you by a bank that shows you the outstanding level of customer service you deserve. With State Bank's Elite Checking, you can qualify for a competitive rate of interest, no monthly service fee, free checks, and superior customer service. Let State Bank be your bank for service, relationships, and living life to its fullest.
Back from Tiger Field, we got Kamon Farmer with us. I met you at Trent Williams camp, July or June, July-ish?
Yeah, it's back June, end of June, sometime July.
I mean, real likable guy. Me and you both know Vince.
Mm-hmm.
He introduced us. And then I come to find out you're making a documentary film about East Texas football. You might probably have no idea how well that's about to do. Yeah. And then I find out you have this app that's about to make everybody in the stands a lot easier.
I got some nachos coming over here.
All right, here we go. What was the tell our fans a little bit about what they have coming to the stadium.
Yeah, me being an East Texan, coming from Pittsburgh, Texas, being under-recruited, probably not recruited at all if you ask me.
Me too.
Coming out of the district 3A, 16-3A with Gilmer, Carthage, and all of those guys. And being a standout, actually. And so it was just one of those things where I was undersized, didn't really have a whole lot of stats that went with it, but I had a relationship that got me in the door to try out at a Division II college. So I ended up going through that process, made the team, and then made history. Ended up breaking 3 records with the grace of God and the support that I did have from my family, teammates, and friends. And it was one of those things where I never forgot about the community while I was breaking the records on the field. We always had something going in the community. Ended up creating a nonprofit for students to get out and serve in the community. And all of those accolades, plus me graduating, put me on the list called the All-State Good Works Team. And so being on that list with Tim Tebow, Colt McCoy, Robert Griffin, leaders like that, it reminded me that, it's bigger than football. Like, I can take what has made me successful on the field, but take it in the community and make a whole nother impact just as big. And so that's what we've done. And so throughout my years, I jumped into technology after college. And probably about 2 years ago, my wife and I, we went to an East Texas football game. She's from East Texas as well. And we sat at the concession stand for like 30 minutes, man. And we got to the counter, and we couldn't even use our card. And so I'm like, oh man, this is not good. And so I had the skills of building apps and websites and things like that, and decided to put it to use, and ended up getting our first client out there in Pittsburgh, and it went really well. We was doing a delivery to the seats, but that took a lot of logistics, so we scaled back to only order ahead for pickup. And so now we're at about 5 stadiums, so we got about 2.5 growth over the year, and we're just looking to make a huge impact here in Texarkana.
How does the app work exactly? What is the app called, and how does it work?
Yeah, great question. So the app is called Skip and Pick Up, and so basically download the app, you choose your venue, and then you order your food just like if it's McDonald's or Chick-fil-A. You pay through the app. You can pay with your debit card, Cash App, and we have Google Pay. We don't have the Apple Pay. Apple Pay is a little bit harder.
There's
difficult.
QR codes as people walk in and
Exactly.
stuff, and they can get on and download the app really quick.
Exactly. QR codes, and then you order, then you go to a VIP. We like to call it a VIP experience. Go to the VIP pickup line, grab your food, and then you go back to the game. And we want to keep you in the seats, keep the fans in the seats as long as possible.
And it buzzes them and tells them when their food's ready.
Exactly,
Right.
exactly.
That's really cool. You know, I'll give our band boosters, they run the concession stands in the stadium, and they've done a phenomenal job of pushing this out this week. We pushed it out district-wide through social media channels and through email, and it's been very well received. People are excited about it. They've done a great job, like you said, of putting signs and marketing and just getting it out there where people know where to go and different things like that. So we're really excited about it here. I think it's a great idea and a great concept. So I've got to ask, which school did you go to?
I went to Southeastern Oklahoma.
Okay, yep. That's part of the what conference is that? The GAC.
Correct.
I'm
correct.
a mule rider, so
He's in the Hall of Fame.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
I just noticed this is mobile pickup only. Is this?
Yeah, this side.
They shut this down for so they're expecting. And this is one of the stadiums.
Yeah, this is one of the stadiums. And the thing about Texas High, this is actually the biggest venue that we've ever done it at. And so Texas High has 4 concession stands. And so it was wise of us to just only focus on one concession stand with this service. Once we master it, then we can open it up to more. So I just don't want to burn any bridges, and I don't want to open it up and then we don't execute at a high level where I think we can execute it.
They've been promoting it, Todd and them, on social media, and it's been well received so far. I mean, I've talked to a bunch of people, and they've already downloaded it and everything. So hopefully get more. You know, the band boosters will get more sales, and everybody will be happy.
Right, it saves the fans from having to miss quite a bit of time standing in line, waiting for their food. And it's a great idea, and we support you 100% and want it to be successful.
Thank you very much.
So let's talk about this documentary film. He asked me about it. I was like, you have no idea what kind of work you're getting into with a documentary film.
True, I didn't. So
tell me about it.
Yeah, so I feel like East Texas has some of the best football, not only football, but some of the best community experiences. I'm big on the community, and so I was like, let's just highlight where we're at. Not only the concession stand, but the game, and bring some exposure to the fans, but also the players and things like that. And the tradition, especially in Texarkana. Texarkana has some major tradition at several schools, and so I just wanted to go around to these different schools and capture the footage and tell stories throughout the documentary series, and partner up with people like yourselves that can help take it to the next level.
Awesome.
Well, it's going to be, and being from Pittsburgh again, there's a lot of pride in Pittsburgh.
Yes, it is.
My dad's from Mount Pleasant, so
okay.
he a lot of pride over there. So it's exciting, and Pittsburgh had some pretty good teams. I know some of the years you're referencing there when that was what they call a district of doom back in the day with the Carthages and the Gilmers and Pittsburgh. So those teams would just battle each other and go in the playoffs and knock each other off. Back then. So,
and what I like what you said about the community, because it's not just the student athletes, it's their parents, their grandparents, it's also the educators, the superintendents, the school boards, their teachers, and then the whole community experience. And that's what we love being a part of game day, just to be able to support that. And then also you realize the exposure that Morgan has given so many people in different sports, and not even just sports, but other competitive venues. And so for you to be able to do that, I'm looking forward to seeing it, and can't wait to be out there and support you.
Yes, indeed. Thank you.
Be careful with answering this, but when do you think you're going to release it?
We're going to say late spring.
Okay. You didn't say what year.
It's late spring.
Don't lock yourself down.
I do have one more question. He's from Pittsburgh, and I know he's going to appreciate this question. But do you like Pittsburgh hot links?
Of course. I love Pittsburgh hot links. I love going to see Saban work.
That's
and all
right.
of them.
So do you add the chili or not? Do you have to have the chili or just the hot sauce?
I don't do the chahachi. They call it the chahachi.
Yeah.
I don't do the chahachi.
So, that's right. Well, I don't either. I do it. So I
mess
grew
my
up.
stomach up.
That's right. That's good stuff.
Well, you come see me if that happens.
Yeah, I would.
Before you pop off here, we have a bunch of people in the comments. We'll asking what was the app's name again.
Skip and Pickup. Skip and Pickup. Skip the line.
Available on Google and Apple.
And Apple. Google and
And
Apple.
it is live tonight here at Grimm Stadium.
I just had a buddy text me and tell me to give you his name. He's with another school here in the area, and and for you to get with him. So you're getting promoted around here. Morgan's doing his job.
I love it. Strategic partner.
Sometimes you meet people and you just know, like, I think this dude's got something going on. I remember you telling me about it that day on Longview Field. And you asked me, like, man, do you think that's going to work? And I was like, man, I didn't think game day was going to work. So, like, I'm probably not a good judge of that. So, but I do know the craziest ideas sometimes work out the best. This isn't a crazy idea. I think this is going to be great.
It's a passion.
It's exactly you. Is it at Longview this year?
Not this year.
Okay.
Not this year.
But from experience, you do not want to be in a line at halftime at Longview High School. Picking up something like Longview needs to get on Coach King.
Especially not even the playoff game. I went to the Gilmer and Carthage game last year, and I kid you not, man, the line. I watched this young lady in front of me get up. She missed almost a quarter and a half.
Wow.
Wow. Well, it's great. And again, I appreciate you. You've reached out to me, and you're doing it the right way, and just going through the way it needs to be done, and we're excited you're here with us and at our events and at our campus. So it's exciting. Looking forward to this documentary. I know you're gonna have a lot of good stuff, and you know it too, being from this area.
Yeah.
I believe so.
Well, guys, we're gonna pop off here before we get off. Dr. Young, y'all are doing so much in the community right now. I feel like every time I pop Facebook up, I see Dr. Young's face, which is nothing new. But, man, you're like on it right now.
Diamond Bank's the only place he hadn't brought water to.
Okay.
Well, mark it down. We'll be there next week.
There you go. Yeah. I'm about to say, I heard Diamond Bank was making all the money.
Yeah. Brooke's out there. She's listening.
That's right.
I forgot tonight's Thursday. We'll be there tomorrow.
There you go. There you go.
Billy probably won't be at work. You know how these bankers
I'll
are.
be there.
Yeah, these bankers are. He probably ain't going to be at work.
I'll be there.
He's hey, the Hogs play next weekend, so he's going to take tomorrow off.
I got to get ready.
That's right.
It's exciting to be a part of the community, and just like your idea, we started this over 8 years ago, and at Texarkana Emergency Center and Hospital, and that's what we decided our goal was to dedicate back to the community, and especially try to hit education, because education is kind of the key for everything, problems in this world. And we love being a part of Texarkana Game Day, love what you're doing, love this team here, and just, again, enjoying being part of the community. It's actually fun being out there, going around, seeing people, bringing them goodies and getting a smile and a handshake.
And a reminder to the community, it's Texarkana Emergency Center and Hospital now.
That's right. That's right.
And my family exclusively goes to Texarkana Emergency Center. Big sponsor. And hey, listen, don't let me feel sick. I'm going to Texarkana Emergency. The level of care it's so much different. And I hate to say this, and somebody walk in there and 100 people be in the waiting room, but I've never waited. And you walk in, and it's not special treatment. You walk in, you're in a room immediately. I mean, I've been in and out of there in 30 minutes before when I felt like I was in a bind, and just the facility is extremely nice. The way you're treated every time you go in there it's a different experience than anywhere else you could possibly go. I will never, hopefully, have to go wait in a waiting room at an ER for 3-4 hours ever again. I'm done with that.
Well, thank you, and that's what we tried to take away. And it's teamwork, just like football. It's teamwork, and it takes a great team, and everybody does a great job there. And we're just very, very fortunate that the community does come there for their care. And again, the other hospitals, we're partners with them. If we have something that needs specialty care, we're going to send it there and be good partners, good community partners, and good stewards for our community. Yeah. So we're just excited and happy to be here and happy to support Texarkana Game Day. TISD, and now this young man right here with his idea.
Yeah.
Billy's already ordered some nachos.
That's exactly right.
If he put some
they're ready too, because I got extra cheese, so it took them a little bit longer.
Let's throw a few jalapenos on there.
I just want to add too, on behalf of the schools around here, thank you all for what you do. You do deliver. I know you've been on the kind of the cookie tray run these last few weeks, but more so than that, you've been in the campuses and all the districts across this area for many years. I remember you spoken to our kids when I served at a high school. You came and spoke to kids, educating them on things.
Don't forget about COVID.
During COVID,
oh my Lord!
You came in. I know that was a lot there as a chief medical officer for Bowie County. I think is that right on the title?
Bowie County Health Authority.
Bowie County Health Authority. I know you got lots of phone calls from lots of school districts on things, and I know that didn't go unnoticed, and I hope you know how much we appreciate that and just the support, for educating our kids, taking care of our teachers and all the districts in this area. But again, through some crazy stuff over the years that no one could have ever expected. So we do appreciate all you all do.
And Todd, I know all of us up here are big on giving back, and we've talked about that. But when you mention giving back in the Texarkana area, that's the first person and the first place that you think of.
Yeah.
Is y'all. So, we all appreciate you.
I don't know if fans realize this, but if a player gets, hurt at practice or anything happens to one of these players, they go to Texarkana Emergency Center, and they're receiving world-class care. And, I don't know what kind of deals are worked out, with the schools, but I know it's better for your child to go there. So if you're one of these outerlying areas, kid breaks an arm, breaks a leg, bring your kid to Texarkana Emergency Center. I personally vouch. I know they don't need it, but they
just heal quicker there.
Yeah, that's right. You're back on the field a lot quicker. Well, but the main thing is support who's supporting your kids. I can't say that loud enough. These sponsors that we have, they're great. They're without them, all the exposure these kids are getting out here just would not happen. It's expensive to do what we do, and without these kind of partnerships, if you didn't join the first of the show. Without Dr. Young, Texarkana Emergency Center helping us right off the bat. Before we had a set made, it was just an idea. It wouldn't even be a thing. Truly, it wouldn't be a thing. I could not afford to sustain what I didn't know was coming with the growth on that.
And we've got to thank the person behind the scene. That's my wife, Cindy Young.
Right.
If it wasn't for Cindy,
I love it.
we probably still wouldn't be here. Morgan and I'd be floundering around, and the rest of us.
That's right.
Yeah,
right. I'll go ahead and throw my name in the hat too.
Right. But Cindy's a huge part of our success, and again, it's teamwork, and just happy to be a part of it.
Yep. Billy, Diamond Bank on again this year. Tell us, you got a new building on the way?
Man, we got a new building under construction. They're going quick with it, and they're expecting us to be in there in about a month and a half, and we're excited.
You think it'll be a month and a half?
Yeah.
They did throw that building up quick.
They are coming up
I keep
quick.
seeing you on Richmond Road all the time. I guess I forget
well,
that.
There's a car wash right across the street.
You must wash your car 4 or 5 times.
Or is it the barbecue place?
Well, there's a lot over there. There's
Big Jake's.
Todd, what's going on in your world?
Hey, school started in the district. Kids are back. It's been a great start to the school year, and we've people are excited, a lot of fire excitement. Of course, it's always exciting during football season. Everyone's fired up. We were talking about the watermelon supper last week, and I think that was probably the largest attended watermelon supper we've ever had. So people are excited. People are excited about things that are going on. They're excited about getting back in school. It'd be nice if this July summer heat would break and we get a little fall weather, but it'll be here soon, and we'll get going. But just things going on, like Dr. Brubaker mentioned earlier, lots of construction projects about to start up across the district, lots of moving, shaking and moving, expecting a great school year, lots of things happening, and looking forward to cheering on the Tigers tonight and for several more throughout the season.
Good crowd rolling in here 37 minutes early on a hot night.
That's right.
It's cooling off. We got we got a little overcast, no sun, and a steady breeze.
It doesn't feel bad. It feels good.
No, you're near me. It's always cooler near me.
All right, yeah, I see.
and I will say this too. I appreciate y'all, saying what you said, but Billy, Todd, Morgan are all leaders in the community too, and it is such a great community, and you doing your documentary is going to be huge, because when you mention that's what it's about. It's about us having such great community, giving back to each other, and then watching these kids succeed.
Camon's going to be a game day guy next year. He just doesn't know it.
I think he's got the.
I'm telling you, I think maybe some
he's got the game day smile. He's got the game day smile.
He needs to go. All he's missing is the shirt with the logo on it.
Yeah, right.
Ready to roll.
Hey, we can hook you up.
Yeah,
All right, let's do this. Tell them that one more time.
Skip and pick up. That's Skip and Pick Up. You can go on either Google Play or the Apple Store to download the app. Skip and Pick Up.
What stadiums are we in?
We're at T-High, Pittsburgh, Anna, Harmony. Dangerfield's still on the fence, but I will go ahead and say them as well.
Speaking of Harmony, Northeast Texas Game of the Week, number 3 Harmony comes to play number 10 Hooks tomorrow night in Hooks, Texas. Expect a big crowd there. Hooks beat Harmony week 1 last year. Harmony beat Hooks in the playoffs last year. It's going to be a dogfight tomorrow night. 2 great teams, both return a lot of players. Excited for both those schools on that one.
Yes, indeed.
Tigers kick off tonight at 7:30. We will be back live. Be sure to tune in, share it. But, man, I think that's it. Appreciate y'all being on. Appreciate everybody coming.